Welcome to the Manifestation and Money podcast, Maria. I am so intrigued to be chatting with you on the show today.
I like the topic not just of manifestation or manifesting magic, because, of course, as you know, you can manifest a lot of different things besides money. But
Mhm.
money is a topic that I wouldn't mind getting into today
Sure.
because it really is a convertible currency. It's an energy that we use all the time, and it's handy and it's fun because it allows us options, right? Money buys options. I personally love to travel. And so then, right? You travel to Europe, you need the EU or the
Mhm.
euro. I come from there. So, or then now you want to go to the UK, now we need the pound, or you fly to some other country, now you need some other currency. It's convertible, right? So we
Mhm.
know that money is handy because it's a convertible thing. It's a convertible currency. We can convert it from one to the next depending on what country we travel to. The idea of money literally is energy materialized, and take it a level deeper into the energy that we are, because we really are cosmic currency. Energy is the most convertible cosmic currency there is. And we are that. And that is the energy with which we manifest magic. If we could use money as a conversion currency and
Yeah.
bring it down to where all energy is the most convertible cosmic currency, and we are that already. So how do we use that? How do we tap into that power?
Mhm.
Manifesting is nothing but taking our energy and materializing it into something. Now we do this either consciously, like you and I, and
Mhm.
we play with it and everything becomes fun. Or we do it subconsciously, like we did before we woke up, because we allow society to tell us what should and shouldn't be. That really is the only difference, right? So we're either creating and manifesting consciously and having fun doing it, or we create subconsciously because we allow others to manifest for us, because they talk into our lives and tell us, oh, this is how it works and this is how it works. And like you said, I should have this job and I should be going for the retirement thing. And you're sitting there at 20 going, oh my gosh, I have to do this for like 40 years. Right?
Right.
This thing that doesn't feel good, right?
Yeah, you're manifesting then from a place. I've never really thought about it like that. You're manifesting from what society is having you believe. So your belief is
Correct.
I have to do this thing. So you're manifesting someone else's belief.
Correct. You're
Weird.
manifesting somebody else's story. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's not the premises you want to live in.
Mm-mm. Nope.
No, right. And I ended up exactly where you are. And I got my training at UC Davis, and I loved being there because I've always loved education. I love learning and I love research. And I learned a lot because I learned to articulate and to question everything. And that was really good. That's helped me a lot. But yeah, so I started questioning premises, right? People say, oh, you should be doing this. And I'm like, why? Or you have to believe that. Why? Says who? Right?
Yeah.
Or I was raised Catholic in the old country. Oh, yeah, you live this one life and then you go to heaven if you're a good girl. Says who? By whose standards?
Mhm.
And oh, it irritates people.
It irritates people, but at the end of the day, it could be because they don't have the answers because they are just trusting that they need to follow that without questioning it. It's kind of
Right,
fascinating when you dig into it.
right. Yeah. And so once that journey opened up on me, it became so much fun to start manifesting and to set intentions. And then I journal like a mad hatter. I was the investigative journalist. And so I write this in my journal book. Okay, so today I'm setting this attention. And then I watch my thought processes going, oh, there's another attention. I didn't even pay attention. And then there's another one. Write these down. And then I became acutely attentive to my life and to what shows up in my life. And it's like, oh, there's that intention. I placed that yesterday.
Ah, yeah, they do show up. Yeah, and especially when you're paying attention to them or just being open to seeing them show up. Yeah,
Yes. And
totally.
so life became truly, truly magical because I literally watched my own intentions and my own thoughts come to fruition. And then if I placed an intention, ooh, I really would like this, or my common phrase is, how cool would it be? Like, wouldn't it be cool if, right? Wouldn't it be
Mhm.
cool if we could do this? Or wouldn't it be cool if that showed up? And the wouldn't it be cools have all shown up. They do show up.
Mhm.
And sometimes they don't show up exactly the way you imagine. And then I became curious about what is in the way of that. Like, why does stuff sometimes just show up exactly the way you picture it? And why does it sometimes elude you?
Hmm.
And so it became interesting because I felt like everything is showing up for a reason, and I didn't understand exactly how that works. And so I really dug into energy work. The energy that we are really is what brings to us. The universe responds in kind, is kind of what the law of attraction is, actually the third universal law. We all live by the universal laws, whether we're aware or not. When I sat through the energy healing, I got into working with Master Merlin. That's an energy of inner alchemy that's alive and well. And I got to work with him for many years on my own inner alchemy. And at the end of the day, he explained, I said, why does this work this way? And why does that work? Right? Like, how do we maneuver our energies, or how do we groom our energy field so that this manifesting of what we actually envision becomes easier? Right? So you don't have these things flying in that are like, how the hell did I get here? kind
Yeah.
of thing, you know? And he said in one sentence, you always manifest what you are. And that sort of nailed me to the chair at the time. I thought, oh my God, I have to think about that. But really, truly, when you think about it, we're energy, we're an atomic being, and every atom isn't a thing. It's not a little particle per se, it's a little energy vortex. And so we're made up of these more than we can count little energy vortices. And the universe responds to that. But our thinking and our feeling and our deeds create that. Like you said, our thinking is important. Pay attention to our thought processes because it creates what we are, and what these vortices, they vibrate and they oscillate and they dance with the universe, is how I like to look at it. So our energy fabric dances with the universe, but the universe can only ever bring back to us the vibrational match. The frequencies have to be in alignment, and then that's what shows up. For example, a person came here because a friend said, oh, she's an energy healer, as if I can fix this kind of. And I always say, I'm a facilitator. You are already the energy that does all the healing. You just need to allow it through. And so she said, yeah, this person doesn't appreciate me. And my first husband didn't appreciate me. And my second husband didn't appreciate me. And this husband I'm with now, he doesn't appreciate me. And I need to get divorced. And I thought, do you think the fourth husband is going to appreciate you? And finally, I thought, oh, I have an idea. I have an exercise for you. And it just out of nowhere, I gave her a piece of paper and a pen. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go out in the backyard. I'm going to leave you to it for just a few minutes. I want you to write down what you appreciate about yourself. 20 minutes later, I come back out. There was nothing on the paper. She'd completely fallen apart. And she goes, I have got to appreciate myself first. Yes, yes, that's it. See?
Yeah.
And so when we view our thoughts as energy, the same way that money is energy, or we view our emotions as energy, or we view our actions as energy. Do I dance with the universe in delight, or am I reacting from anger, let's say, right? All of that creates every day. So we create that,
Yeah.
right? And so it's the same with money. If I sit here and I'm constantly perceiving there to be a lack of something, a lack of a great relationship, or a lack of appreciation, or a lack of money, is like, I always say to people, could you just pause for just a minute? And if the universe is a mirror, and that mirror is in front of you, and all you think about is everything that you lack, it can only reflect back to you lack.
Mm.
So then I say, turn this around. Let's play or imagine we're a little kid and we have these boundlessly wealthy parents. And you know that all of the toys under the sun that you could ever wish for are already in a toy box. And you all you need to do, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. You know the toy is there. It's somewhere in that toy box. You just have to go dig around in that toy box and find that thing. But you know it's there. And so then you could say, okay, the thing you want to manifest, whether that is money or a car or a relationship or whatever that manifesting magic thing is, can we figure out what feeling tone would that bring to us when we manifest this thing? So when it materializes, what is the feeling tone you anticipate having? You, Jen, what is it? What is a feeling tone you're after? Like,
I think sometimes it's like safety or security.
yes,
Sometimes it's just pure joy. Like,
yeah,
yeah, depending on the thing.
yes. And so when we know what that feeling tone is, if we could just pause for a minute and then just dig in the toy box inside here and see what feeling tone is it that I'm after? Is it excitement? If I did this, I don't know, bungee jumping or whatever, ooh, that would feel exciting, right? Or like you said, safety, security. If I knew I had money in the bank to pay the bills, that feels safe and secure, right? Or wellness is another one. You know, if I knew that my body was always perfectly functioning, then I would feel safe, right? And I'm not afraid that I'm going to get ill or I'm not afraid, right?
Yep.
So if we could feel inside of us to see what is the feeling tone I'm after, and then could we dig around in that toy box inside because all of these emotions are accessible to us already because they exist in the common field. And we're part and parcel of that. We're integral of that. So all emotions and all feelings already exist. If we could get in touch with that feeling on inside of us already, and cultivate that in some way, whatever small little practice or small little thing, and we could cultivate that feeling and then watch the universe respond and bring it to you, that we become more conscious and practiced in this manifesting. It's like you
Mhm.
said, it's super, super fun. So I'm always like, okay, why would I want that particular thing? What's the feeling tone? And then I'm trying to get in touch with that feeling tone. Do I have a memory of that? Have I been in that feeling tone before, that magic? And usually it's a kid memory. And if we can get in touch with that, then it's like, oh, and then the universe starts bringing those things to you in all sorts of and manner of ways. So when we become attentive to that, it's like, oh yeah, I was feeling that way, and now it's bringing these things to me.
And do you think then that's where a lot of people's disconnect is in manifestation, is not being able to connect with that feeling state?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Because like this person that was hurting that came here, who says, you know, I need to have another husband because this one doesn't appreciate me. So, but you can change out the form and change out the form and change out the form. But if you're not appreciative of yourself, you're constantly emanating that. You're constantly emanating that sound or that song or that frequency, and the universe keeps bringing it back to you. Let me just bring you another person that doesn't appreciate you to show you that you're not appreciating yourself.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. It's like swapping socks when you have sweaty feet. You just like keep swapping socks, put clean socks on, and still, you know, half an hour later, the socks smell funny.
Right.
And we might want to wash the feet. You know what I mean?
Right.
That might be a funny example of this. If we could become these kids that are all curious about this, I wonder what's in this feeling toy box of mine. And let's rummage around and let's have a look at this and then groom it into something that I really want to have the universe show me, right? The universe is always going to show you right. It's always going to show you right. We're sitting here, oh, I lack this and I lack this and I lack this. And just imagine the universe walking through the front door and telling you, oh, just let me just show you exactly how much lack you think there is, right? And it just keeps showing you and showing you. So just turn that around and start digging inside for something where you don't perceive lack. It can be something totally different. Let's say you think you're lacking money in the bank, and so you like chocolate. So you could fill the drawer with chocolate. Maybe you have enough bucks to fill the drawer with chocolate, and you sit in your chair and like, there's tons of chocolate. I could be eating chocolate for weeks. Man, look at the abundance of chocolate in my drawer. And slowly your feeling fabric changes because you're focusing on the abundance in the drawer.
That's an interesting analogy to take it so that feeling state of lack and focus on, okay, I realize I have this feeling. How can I take this feeling of lack and change it into a feeling of abundance and literally change one aspect of your life? And like you said, it can literally be as small as a drawer in your house
Yes.
to start going, okay, yes, I see the abundance here. This drawer is full. It's overflowing. I can't even close it. There's so much chocolate in there right now. Just to give yourself that feeling of, yes, I have created this in my life.
Yes.
And that opens the doors. That's a fun task.
Yeah. The universe can match that tune and start bringing you and showing you, oh, now you're thinking abundance. Let me show you what abundance is all about. And
Mhm.
it could show up in many different ways, but I find that so magical too, right?
Yeah.
Like magic shows up and you're like, oh, I didn't see that coming. That's kind of cool.
Yes. But I like that just that playfulness of using that as a starting point to go, okay, I'm not liking this. How can
Right.
I shift this intentionally? What baby step can I take that's playful and fun that then spirals out into something bigger?
Right. And it really is a lot of fun. And then to get unhitched from this hitchedness to money, because it's a neediness, right? And if we admit neediness, then the universe goes, let me show you what needy looks like.
Right. And I think
Right?
people feel that need with money, just
Yeah.
given the way, especially the way the economy is right now, all
Yes.
over the world, right?
Yeah.
People are feeling that neediness and that gripping on, that lack.
And then we start hoarding and we start hoarding more neediness. It's like, don't do that.
Ah,
Right? Let that flow through you. I had a little money purse in my drawer someplace we're moving and it fell out. And I thought, what is this? Oh, there's money in that. That's so cool. So I open it up and it's all old German marks. Well, no bank takes that. No business takes that. And I thought, see, here I'm sitting on this whole bag of money and I can't do anything with it.
ha,
Money isn't the answer.
uh-huh. Yeah. When you think about
Right?
it. And when you think about it, I know my kids are fighting over a piece of paper, a $5 bill the other day. And like the irony that you guys are fighting over a piece of paper. Yes,
Yes.
we as the humans have put value on that, but I'm like, at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it is a piece of paper. Nobody wanted the
Yes.
stack of coins. They were fighting over the piece of paper. And like the stack of coins is at least metal. You could melt
Yes.
that down and make something with it. You're fighting over a piece of paper, which, yes, we've put value on, but it was just interesting to see.
It is, yeah. And my grandpa used to say that because they lived through, in Germany, they lived through World War One, hyperinflation, World War Two, all of that agony there. And he says, yeah, yeah, we used to have the neighbors walk by with a whole, like a radio flyer wagon. It's a little wooden wagon.
Yeah.
It was filled with paper money and it wasn't worth anything to buy a loaf of bread. And
Wow.
so people, there is paper in museums today in Germany where they use money and it says 10,000 or something on it or a million. It's used as a grocery list. It
Wow.
has a list on it of what food they need because the money was worthless.
Weird, hey?
Yes. You see, so it's like you said, we attach value to a piece of paper.
Yeah.
So that's when I tell people we already are energy. Money is a materialization of energy. Our physical body is a materialization of that energy. So, how about we step into energy mastery? The question then becomes how do I master the energy I already am? I'm already all the energies that exist. Now, how do I master that? How do I fine tune that or focus that into something that brings me what I actually want to experience? To me, truly, the energy we are really is the highest, most convertible cosmic energy there is. And we already are that. We don't lack anything. We don't have to run for it. We don't have to chase it. We're already that.
Hmm.
And then it becomes, how do I master that energy? What kind of little games can I play with myself? Keep it simple. Don't make it complicated, right? What little kid games can I invent now that I can have fun with to shift my energy field?
Yeah, I'm all about making it fun. I have
Yes.
a little group that we call Manifestation Playground because
Yeah, there you
I
go.
feel like adding in, you just need to add in that element of play. How can you
Yes.
make creating the life that you want, the life that you love, the life that lights you up every day? How can you do that? And to me, it's adding in elements of play. And it sounds like you do the same thing.
We are the kid on the inside still, right? It hasn't gone anywhere. We just buried it under the shoulds and woulds
Mhm.
and couldas and regrets. And the world says, do this. And the world says, feel like this. And now you need to be upset about this. And why don't you buy into the chaos over here? And I'm like, no, 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 no. First time I decided, I am not taking this on from you. The person was wearing a shirt with a pocket. And I went over there and I tapped the pocket. I said, this can stay in your pocket. I'm not taking it on. I'm sorry. I'm going to let you off the hook. The face.
Oh my goodness. That it would be a full stop for them to realize, oh, I shouldn't put this on somebody else.
I choose to take it on or not, right?
Yeah,
So I told him, you get to keep this. I'm going to let you off the hook. It's all good. You get to have that. I don't want it though.
I love it.
Right? So we get to choose. That is really what we choose. We choose every day how we choose to feel and what thoughts we choose to entertain. Thoughts become thought forms, and thought forms, they're light beings, and that eventually materializes into the physical.
Mhm.
When thought forms, which are high vibrational, when they get groomed and cultivated and loved and nurtured like a seed inside a soil, when you nurture a thought form, you nurture a dream, eventually it slows itself and it gets padded enough and it gets loved enough that it will materialize into your physical world. So it's a slower vibrational thing. The material world is a slower vibrational feature. So I distinguish usually between manifesting, because the thing you want to manifest is actually manifested instantly, and materialization, meaning now it shows up in my physical world. And there is no big thing there, but there is a vibrational difference. They're in vibrationally in two different places. But then I
Right.
also tell people, when you have a big dream, don't share that with people that you know are going to oppose or knock you down or can't see that for you. If they can't see that for you, there's nothing wrong with them. They're just not in the same place as you are, and that's okay. So just let them be, but guard your dream, nurture your dream, love on that dream. Don't let people take that away from you,
Right.
right?
So you're saying that every thought that we have is manifested. It's out there. It's out
Yes,
there as an energetic thought.
yes.
So, and thank goodness they don't all materialize, because I don't know how many thoughts you have in a day, but I know I have a lot, right? So,
Yeah, and you don't want those bricks raining down on
no,
you when
exactly. So the ones that you think of more than once and pay attention to and hold on to, those are the ones that you're calling into materialize, not the fleeting thoughts that you actually probably
yes.
don't truly want to materialize, right?
Well, because sometimes the train goes south with the thinking. I'm like, oh, I don't want to manifest that now. Let's let
Yeah,
that go. Let me not nurture that one, right?
right. Yeah. Yeah, so that's an interesting distinction then between manifestation and materialization, because that is
Yes,
people's goals. We talk about manifestation as the thing we're doing, but the reality is people are wanting the materialization of the things
correct.
that they want.
When I came to the realization that I am source, it's like source is everything. Source is everything. It's all the kernels of the beach, and source is all the air molecules, and source is all the water molecules, and all the snow crystals, and it's everything. And when that sank into my body, how big everything is, like everything, every bird and every creature and every leaf on every tree. And I stand just in front of one tree. Look at all these leaves. I could possibly not even count them all. That's abundance. And I'm like, I'm already that. I'm source energy. I am that abundance. I am that. And when my body just starts singing when that happens, it's just like my body goes, yeah, hallelujah, you got this. Right? And so I tell people, you already are 100% of the light that source is, except us humans, we have this little feature called free will. And I said, imagine it to be the little dimmer switch. So we can dim the light. But do you really want to? The flow is already here, and we just dim it because we buy into what society says. I'm like, just stop listening.
Right. So that's when you're saying question whose rules you're following, question
Yes,
why you're following the rules,
yes,
question why you're doing the things you're doing because,
yes,
like, maybe your parents gave you the rules growing up for safety, but
yes.
now that you're an adult, maybe you can actually make your own decisions when you go out into the world.
Yeah, I always say become your own guardian. Become your own guardian of your own thoughts. Become the guardian of the thoughts that come to you. And if something comes that doesn't feel good, let it go. Look at it, say, hey, I see you, but you don't feel so good. So I'm gonna just let you go.
Mhm.
You don't own your thoughts. You are not your thoughts, right? They're in the field, and you just attract them. If you're hanging down low, you're gonna attract depressing thoughts. If you're flying sky high like me most of the time, it's like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we could do this? Or wouldn't it be cool if we do that? And these ideas just kept coming, and the play stuff keeps coming. I love this manifestation playground. I think that is fabulous.
Yeah, because play is fun. When you're
Yes,
adding in that element of play, you're
yes,
wanting to participate in life. You're wanting to live life. You're
right,
wanting to go out and do these big, expansive things.
right.
If you're just grinding it out in a 9 to 5, not having fun, there
I
is
know.
no play. You're just wanting to go home, go to bed, get up and do it all over again. It's missing that element of fun. So how can we
Yes.
add back in the play and the fun and create a life we love?
Yes. No, and I totally agree. Is that playground thing an online thing or is it a thing you're doing?
It's an online thing. Yeah, on school. Yeah. So
Oh,
you're welcome
okay.
to come
So
join us.
I
Yeah.
would totally like to join
Yeah,
that. I think that would be so much fun. I
definitely.
was like, always like, do you want to join the playground? Do you want to have fun? Do you want to be the kid in the candy store?
Yeah, yeah,
Right? Or do you
absolutely.
want to keep grinding? I call it plowing versus allowing.
Oh, I love that. For yeah, me, it's always the
Yeah.
grinding and the gripping. So the plowing to allow. I like that. And
Yeah.
on that note, I have to ask you one of my favorite questions I always
Yeah.
ask. What would be your biggest advice for someone to go out and truly create a life they love?
Question everything.
Question
Let
everything.
go of the rules and the conditioning that others place on us. That would be my biggest advice. If you can crawl out from under all the stuff that others have placed on you and you could be your authentic self already is inside of you. It is 100% light and it is all kid in the candy store. It just wants to come out and play and be itself. And it doesn't want to be smothered and squished by rules.
Yeah, and I don't think we truly realize how much we allow ourselves to be smothered and squished by rules
Yeah.
until we hear somebody like you say, "Oh, you're allowed to question the rules." And
Right.
then once you start doing that, you're like, "Wait a second, there's freedom comes in your life of starting to go, okay, do I have to follow this rule? Like, whose rule is it? Why are
Right.
we doing it this way?
Right.
Is there a better way? Can I do something different?" And once you realize that most of the time the answer is yes, you get to
Yeah.
make the call,
Yes.
life becomes way more expansive then.
Yes. Yeah. Magical. I tell people my life is magical.
And you have a whole chapter in your book called Manifesting Magic. So I would love for you to take a second to share with listeners where they can reach out and get a copy of your book.
The title is Soaring Beyond, Transcending the Known, the rules, into Unbelievable Success. So to me, success is once I have my energy fabric in this joyous state, magic just shows up. There is no lack. So stuff just shows up. That includes materialized stuff, you know? So once we become the magic shows up for us and we don't have to effort at it. So it's this joy of manifesting magic with ease and grace. And we just allow it to come to us. So the book is available as either hard copy, softbound, or ebook on Amazon. And for people who really want to question everything and really want to start diving into that interior toy box, we have it's a downloadable PDF. It's a guided journal book that goes with it. It's a companion to the book. So it's a eight or 9 page PDF, and it has got prompts and questions, and so we can start digging and looking at what rules am I binding myself to and can I let go of these things. That's on mariainglesby.com. That's free to use, so you guys can use that and have a good time just
Yeah,
starting for the people that are interested, right? For the people that I want to join the playground.
exactly. So I will link that in the show notes so listeners can get that free downloadable journal. And I will also link the Amazon link on there for them to go out and get a copy of your book. And I
Thank
just
you.
want to say thank you so much for being a light on this show and having this fun conversation here today.
Thank you. That was so much fun.